here's another one. I'm alongside Chris Cowlin, who's a Tottenham fan, and this morning you woke up, Nuno is your manager, not anymore, Antonio Conte in London. Never dull, is it, being a Spurs fan?
Never dull at all being a Tottenham Hotspur fan, no. But I'll tell you what, the performance on Saturday gave me a sleepless night on Saturday, thinking, where on earth is this club going? And for me, Nuno's sacking this morning was the right decision. I know we're only 10 Premier League games in, but from what we've seen, the style of football, the dismal football, not having a shot on target on Saturday, things turn pretty toxic here. And how does a manager come back from when the fans say you don't know what you're doing? And you know, the boos here on Saturday as well, it was very, very upsetting to see.
And that's unusual, isn't it? Tottenham fans, they're realists, aren't they? They don't always expect to win, but when they lose, they expect to lose in a certain manner. And there was no evidence of that flair, the attacking, the excitement that this club is so synonymous with.
Well, it's the passion. We want to see the passion from every single player. And when the players are not playing for a manager 10 games in, there's something clearly wrong. I think Nuno lost the dressing room so early on. We want to see the passion. The way that we have lost London derbies this season so far, it was simply not good enough.
So what about Antonio Conte then? We understand he's been offered an 18-month deal. Is he the man, the right sort of fit for the club right now?
I think he's the only man for the club at the moment. Without Pochettino coming back, which is very unrealistic, Antonio Conte is definitely the man to take this club forward. You know, you can see behind us now this fantastic stadium. You know, we've got fantastic training facilities. We've got some fantastic players at the club. We need someone who is going to be a leader, a born winner, to take this club forward and put trophies in the cabinet, because they are way overdue.
Which begs the question of why they didn't do everything they could, the club, to get him in the summer. If it wasn't the right job for him then, why is it the right job for him now?
I think the club at the time in the summer took the cheaper option. They didn't want to appoint Antonio Conte because of all of his demands. But I think now we are at a point, we're at a crossroads of where do we go as a club. We have to go forward as a club. You know, nearly 14 years without a trophy. Players here deserve trophies. Us fans deserve success and glory. And you know, with Antonio Conte coming in, it is all about the ambition. This club and the board have to show ambition now and take this club forward again.
You talked about him being the expensive option. We know he likes to be backed with cash.
Yeah.
What sort of statement do you think that would send out if Daniel Levy decides that he's the right man going forward?
Well, Antonio Conte will only take a job here at Spurs if the project is right, if the timing is right for him and he is going to get what he wants. You know, Antonio Conte is not going to come here just expecting to spend a few £1 million in the January transfer window and the summer transfer window. He is going to have to be backed heavily. And, you know, if we do sign him, I think it's going to be exciting times for us, because he would have sat down with the board and had that promise of money to be spent.
Does it not concern you that, looking at his track record, he's also not anywhere too long? I mean, yes, he wins. He's a very intense character. He's very demanding. He probably, you know, the hope would be he'd get the best out of this squad. But what about long term for Tottenham? You know, Antonio Conte, understand 18 months, but what beyond that?
When I look at Antonio Conte's record, winning the league in Serie A last season with Inter, winning the league here, you know, with Chelsea, he knows the Premier League. It's very important that he knows the Premier League, and very important that he gets the best out of some of these players, because you know, Jose Mourinho, Mauricio Pochettino didn't get the best out of some of these players, and we need a person to come in, work with the players, get the best out of them, bring in some additions. With him being here, you know, even if it was only 18 months, 2 years, I believe he would be successful.
And how much does Daniel Levy, the chairman, need this to work?
Desperately. Daniel Levy and the board need this to work. This is a huge decision for them. This has got to work this time, because the fans were very unhappy here on Saturday, and they cannot have that again.
Clearly there's a couple of immediate problems. What's the biggest for you if he comes in that he's got to sort out before, you know, the first game up?
The players have got to be playing. The players have got to be smiling again, and ultimately you've got to get the fans on side, because the fans are very unhappy, as I've said. You know, it's been too long without trophies. If a manager come into Tottenham Hotspur Football Club and put a trophy in the cabinet this season or even next season, there would probably be a statue outside, because We need success.
That it's been,
we need success, we really do. But as I keep saying, it is all about club direction for me. We've got to be going in the right direction, because 2 years ago we were playing in the Champions League final, last season Europa League football, this season in this fantastic new stadium, Europa Conference League football. We've got to get back into the top four, we've got to be challenging.
Just very, very briefly, expectations then this season, if he was to take over, you're 5 points off, aren't you? West Ham in fourth. Nobody's run away with those Champions League places yet in terms of sort of fourth and below.
The goal has definitely got to be top four, although it was probably unrealistic. Top six and winning a trophy would be a very successful season for us.
Well, thanks very much for your time, Chris. Backing Antonio Conte there. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? And yeah, I'm sure Paul Gilmore will bring us right up to date if he does get that deal signed.
Yeah, we'll keep a close eye. Gail, thank you very much. Now we've got some...